everybody. Hopefully you're, oh, did I unmute myself? Guys, can you hear me? Okay, it told me, like, this thing popped up and was like, you need to unmute yourself. I'm like, I swear to God, I just did. So how is everybody today? Everyone having a good day?
Sorry, I gotta take this call.
No worries. So I am super excited to have everybody popping on right now. Thanks for coming. Hopefully everybody is going to be attending the KV Core training on Friday at, I'm going to double check because I keep getting times wrong. Friday at 10 a.m. It's the Success Plan Week 2 KV Core training. I think you can get some great information even if you're not currently on KV Core. This way you will be learning how to use it. I have a ton of questions that I'll be asking this week because I definitely am trying to get my database all dialed in during this time, trying to procure listings. Working your sphere of influence or your database is definitely a huge thing to be doing if you have a sphere of influence database. So if you don't, work on creating one. That's a lot of the training that we have been doing. There's some awesome tools that have been given. There's some really great information. And the key that everyone has been, really every single training that we've done, everything where different people have come in to share information, has talked about SMART goals, which is specific, measurable results. So you want to have goals that are able to be measured and that are very specific to certain results. So one of the things that I'm doing in my coaching is really making sure that everyone has their goals and their goals are dialed in, just because I think goals are very important. It's not something that you make once and you never look back on. It is something that you're constantly revisiting. And if you guys attended the Accelerator, which was another great program, all of those sessions were recorded. So if you had signed up, you got the recording and you got the PDF information that went with each of the different trainings. So on that, we went over goals, scheduling, kind of things to do in the morning and evenings that are going to make a difference. That was with Tristan. That was amazing for those of you that missed that. I just want to make sure that everybody's getting as much information and has the opportunity to be learning and planning and moving forward with their career. And I want to make sure that everybody is doing that. So if you have any questions for any of the programs that we've done, definitely let me know. I am coaching, our coaching is now full. I have over 15 people. I hate saying no to any of you guys. So I always go ahead and say yes, but at this point, definitely saying we have kind of maxed out. Tuesday was an interesting day. It started for me, around 6 a.m. and by about 8:30, 9 p.m., I was just toast. So that's kind of my max. I'm finally admitting it. I have maxed out on coaching with 15. So we actually have more than 15 now, but I wanted to make sure that the last person got an opportunity because it's someone who had always asked questions and has attended trainings religiously. And so if you guys are putting forth the effort and I see that, I'm always going to make time and ensure that you're getting as much as you can. So for those of you that have not heard, open houses are back. Yay! I was talking with some brokers last night and realized that they did update the rules and regulations when it comes to open houses. You can actually have 10 people plus the broker in the house, which to me is hilarious because they still have the rule in effect. If you're showing houses, you can only have 5 people plus the broker. But apparently during an open house, you can have 10. So some of the rules, yes, they don't make sense. Totally contradictory. But hey, we just have to follow the rules. So if you're doing an open house, everyone has to be masked. People coming in, you, anybody that's in the house. So you want to make sure that you do have that masking supplies, which you can go to Dollar Tree, you can go to Costco and get like a big pack. I have the Costco pack in my car because I always forget to bring a mask. So definitely want to have that. You want to have hand sanitizer on hand. You have to have a sign-in sheet. So when people come to the open house, if they don't want to give you their information, that's a problem. You really kind of need to insist on them providing phone number and email so that if anyone were to have a positive result, that you can contact them. And that's one of the rules. If you open up the MLS, I'm going to actually screen share the MLS with you guys. Hold on. Go Northwest MLS home, because I want to review this with you guys because I know there's a lot of people who are planning to do open houses this weekend. So a couple of my listings, I actually just reached out to a seller to see if a broker can do an open there. My Bonnie Lake listing, I have open houses for Saturday and Sunday scheduled. It's a great opportunity. People haven't been able to go to open houses, so definitely a great time to pick up buyers. It's also a great time to meet some possible sellers that could be people in the area who are looking. So looking, the in-person activity, right? In-person brokerage activity is on site at the property. It's permitted by appointment with no more than 5 people in addition to the broker. Open houses permitted with no more than 10 people on site, including the broker, with strict social distancing and proper sanitation measures. So you want to make sure that when you're doing an open, you have masks, hand sanitizer, along with a sign-in sheet. So for those of you who are on KV Core, while I'm screen sharing, I'm going to just share this with you. Hold on. I just found it. Nope. I might not be able to find it again. I'm gonna have to figure out where it was. There was a, let's see here. Oh, sorry guys. I had it, I thought, up, and then I can't find it. But it was a login or an app for open houses. So I just thought that's a great way. I know a few of the people that are doing the open houses this weekend have KV Core. So I thought it would be good to show you guys that. I just can't remember where it was. I was just in there, but it is in there. So if you go through, I think it's by the web boost, not sure, but there is a app. So you can always ask the little bot in there or do a search for it. So that being said, does anybody have any questions about open houses, protocol that's allowed right now, phase 1 versus phase 2, which counties are in which phase? Any of the questions when it comes to rules, regulations, what's allowed, what's not allowed? Okay, so moving on from that, I did want to, I know I've mentioned already that KV Core, we are doing a training at 10 a.m. Friday. That is open to everyone. If you haven't received the invite for that, definitely let me know. I think it's great to learn about the product, even if you are not currently signed up on it. I think that you would find value and would love to get more people utilizing the tools that are available. KV Core, usually if you were to go and get your own KV Core, it'd be about a $2,000 cost to start it up. And here at Nexus, being a broker, you have the $75 cost, that's it. So definitely let me know. And like I said, come join the training so you can get an idea of how to use it. Now, does anybody have any new listings that they want to talk about? If not, I'm going to show you guys a couple of the new listings that have come up. Because I know I have said you guys can share any of the listings on social media. I've seen a lot of you guys sharing on social media, which is really exciting. We are going to be doing a social media training here coming up, but I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys how to search for different places that you could advertise or things that you could share, different listings. So you're going to go in under Nexus Realty and you can put either 3746 or just click into Nexus. So I'm going to show you the way I do it, which is this way. Go in, just do a search for active. So we don't really want to share pending. I know that there's times when if there's no listings available that, you know, you can search pending, that's office pending. So right now we have 9, we had way more last night. So apparently a couple things went pending between last night and this morning. So the Bonnie Lake listing, Hoodsport, renting this vacant land, Seattle, that's a condo, another condo in Seattle, a condo in Bellevue, the Kirkland listing that is Vlada's, and then a new listing up in Snohomish. This one's pretty cool for those of you guys who haven't looked at it. Angie just went up last night and took a look and did, I think, a video there, but it's got a barn, it's on 2 acres, very cool. There, and also in Shoreline for only $590,000, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhouse, 1,833 square feet for $590. So that's pretty exciting. It looks like there's going to be opens pretty much everywhere. So we've got on Shoreline, Kirkland, Bonnie Lake. I haven't input the Hoodsport, but there's actually going to hopefully be an open house out there as well. So that's, you know, the stuff that I really wanted to make sure that I went over today with you guys is what there is as far as open house rules and regulations, KV Core training. If you guys didn't catch the accelerator, I don't know if you guys are interested in watching, if you didn't sign up, some of those past episodes, or not episodes, I don't know what to call them, past webinars. Let me know, because we do have those saved and we can share those as well. And I also wanted to just remind everyone to be working on the goals. We did send out the goal worksheet to those who participated in the accelerator. If you did not get the goal sheet and that's something that you are interested in receiving and learning about, definitely let me know. I did the goal training for the accelerator and I'm happy to share that video or do another goal training, because at the beginning of the year, I think taking some time out to really set how you want the year to go, set what you want to accomplish. In my coaching, I always joke, if your goals don't make you a little sick to your stomach, then you probably should, you know, push yourself a little more. The goals should make you be like, oh my gosh, who do I have to be in order to meet these goals? How am I going to do that? Right? So I think that that would be awesome if everybody kind of took that on. Now, I don't expect, and I say this all the time, everyone's goals to be the same. You know, there are people who are trying to make almost 500,000 in net commission, and there are people who are like, if I make $50,000 this year, that's awesome. And I don't care which category you fall in. For me, I just want you to be coached to where you want to be, not where I want you to be. You know, if I had my way, I would have all of you guys super excited and trying to, you know, break 6 figures in gross commission earned for all of you. I think everybody here could do it. It's just a matter of what you guys are up to and what matters to you. So that's what coaching is all about. And also what we want to accomplish as a group. You know, I'm super excited to see a bunch of listings coming on, and they're selling just as fast as they come on. So would love to see if anyone would be interested in doing kind of a listing, how to turn past sales into listings, working with Sphere of Influence. I can see if the author from Perk Your Sphere could come and share a little bit about what she's done as far as a program for working your sphere of influence. She's done it very successfully. I think she closed 120 transactions last year, working just sphere of influence, not anything else. So is that something that you guys would be interested in hearing about? Anybody? Looks like Angela said she'd like to revisit the goal training webinar. Okay. Do you want me to send out the, okay, so you guys want me to check in with Liz. So I will do that and see if she can come and work Perk Your Sphere, which is her book. It's a Facebook community on Facebook that I'm happy to invite those of you who are interested to join as well. But there's some great things and training that I would love to go over before she comes and talks about just working your sphere of influence. And one of those is taking past clients and also friends and family and how to turn that into business, right? Because it's kind of sometimes an awkward situation for people who haven't been in real estate, trying to get people to see them as someone who can talk to them about real estate. Just today, there was a super experienced broker talking, saying that people didn't want to listen because of the age factor, you know, the age that they were. And of course, there's always going to be factors that you could think that's the reason for someone's reaction. But in reality, who knows what the reason for the reaction is? I think that there's a lot of different ways to combat what you think is kind of going on out there. So anyways, I am excited because it looks like a bunch of people are interested in the sphere of influence. So I will definitely get that set up. Has anybody been ordering farm lists or working a lot in Breakthrough Broker? I'm just curious because I signed into Breakthrough Broker the other day and I saw that there was a pro version, and I was just curious if anyone had joined the pro version and kind of what their experience was with that, because I'm always curious to see anything where they have the free version and then the paid version. I'm always curious if the paid version is worth it, right? So that is definitely something, if you guys are using either the pro version, or I don't remember what it was called, if it was called the pro version or maybe that's HomeSnap, but it was basically, it opened up a lot of different things that you could get through Breakthrough Broker. And I was just curious if people thought that that was worth it. I'm happy to, you know, pay for it and try it out and be the guinea pig for the office, but I was just curious if anybody else had. Well, maybe through a raise of hands, or how many people are going to try and do an open house this weekend? I know there's 2 of you on here that I'm aware are doing open houses. So I think it's going to be interesting to, Angela's raising the hand. Yes. I did get, Angela, just so you know, I did get it approved. I'm just checking to see what date and time. Yep. They did not give me a date and time. So I'll chat when we're not on the meeting to find out if you want Saturday or Sunday, and then start advertising that as well. So if you guys are doing an open house, make sure you're advertising it. It needs to be input in the Northwest MLS so that it shows on all of the other sites, because the Northwest MLS is now what feeds to Zillow, Redfin, Next Meeting, like any of those apps that people use to look up open houses. You want to make sure that your open house is put in far ahead of time. You don't want to be putting it in Friday night. You want to make sure that it's had plenty of time. I also do the KV Core open house boost just to get the word out there that there's going to be open houses. Advertising and just getting the word out it's important right now, because we want to make sure that people not only have an opportunity to go in and see the house, but also have a really great impression of you, as a lot of times you're not the listing broker if you're sitting in the open. So you would be what's considered a buyer's agent. And so one of the things, Tyler, can you hand me that flyer? I said to the people who are sitting my open houses for the weekend, was put together a flyer, right? So it says buyer, seller, agent on it. So I really want to make sure that people, have their information on the flyer. Even though it's my listing, I want their information, because when you're sitting at an open house, you want to make sure that the people have something to take with them that not only talks about the property, but also talks about you, so that they can remember your face, they can remember your name, they can remember who was there. And also right now with COVID, we have the perfect excuse, because we are supposed to legally get phone numbers and email addresses. So it's definitely a little bit easier to get phone numbers and addresses when you tell them that it's required, but for contact tracing. But having your own flyers for the open house, so it's not just the flyer from the flyer box, makes a huge difference. So definitely want to make sure that you are doing your own flyers, making sure it's being marketed. Go into the Facebook groups that are in the area. Make sure that you're sharing, hey, there's an open house here. So the times there, the address, all of that information, so that there isn't lack of people, right? You want to get the information out as much as possible, because I think a lot of people are interested in being able to go and look at houses without having to make an appointment with a broker right now. Brokers are really busy. There's lineups outside of houses. So hosting an open is definitely a great opportunity right now. So with all the information about brokers opens, not brokers opens, open houses, the flyers, does anybody else have anything this week that they have questions, concerns, anything going on, any new listings coming up? No?
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Gal.
I have a potential listing that the seller has just lost her husband, and so it might be in a couple of months, but I think if we get a good buyer, there's a condo in downtown, Old Bellevue downtown, on Main Street, that it's really hard to find a price for it because there's not a lot of sales in that area right now for a condo.
Yeah.
Probably in $1,300,000 to $1,500,000. If anybody has a buyer that may want to give us an offer before we list it or before we get to that point where it's ready, and it might be a potential sale. So I just have it told to our office in case somebody has a buyer.
Awesome. It looks like there's also a listing coming up in Shoreline, a 2-bedroom condo. You should definitely connect if you can, Annie, with Mila, because she has the 3-bedroom townhome listed there right now. So she may pick up buyers. My guess is because there's open houses Saturday and Sunday scheduled for that Shoreline townhome, is you might be able to work together, see if there's some buyers that might spill over into that.
Yeah, I'm going to show it to my buyer today, but I think she definitely wants a yard, which I don't know. I'm going to bring it up.
Awesome. That's a great area. Many moons ago, there was a finishing school there over in that part of Bellevue, and I loved being able to walk down that area. It's a really cool little pocket. Not a lot of places still kind of available down there, so definitely like a niche product, but I bet you that there'll definitely be some buyers. Anybody else have anything upcoming? I have a Lakewood listing that's coming up here probably in about 5 weeks. The owner passed away, and so there needs to be an estate sale, clean out, staging, photos, all that fun stuff. So we're probably about 5 weeks out on that, but it's going to be under 400 for 3-bedroom, 2-bath, I think it is.
If you have a good state cleaner, I would appreciate a referral, because I have a potential listing in Tacoma that we may need somebody to go and help them clean it out, organize it, junk.
So Tyler, who's managing broker here, also owns an estate sale company, Epic Estate Sales and Cleanouts. So that's who I always use. Clearly, right? I mean, kind of said I'd marry the guy, had a kid.
Payment at closing.
Oh, and Tyler's here at the office on the other end of the table. You can't probably hear him, but he's yelling across the table. He does take partial payment at closing.
It's usually 50%
as well.
Up front.
He'll do 50% up front, and then he'll take the rest at closing, which is a huge help for a lot of times with estates if they're still trying to figure out who gets what and all that good stuff. Just not having to come out of cash from cash reserves, which may be earmarked for different things. That has made a difference for a few of the estate people that I've worked with, because I've had them work on divorces, estate sales, just cleaning out for when somebody is selling a property even. I've had them come in and do like a $1,500 like massive dump, multiple dump runs. I mean, it was like 3 days full.
And so can you give us an idea, like, do they go to Tacoma and do they have like a free kind of a consultation where they go look at it?
Yeah.
Or I have pictures of it, so.
Yeah, so Tyler's, he's walked to the bathroom. Why is this not letting me type? Okay, his contact is 206-450-7247. So there you go.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. He's also a managing broker here. So when people have questions, that's my backup, right? He's the person that you can call. He does both. He doesn't sell so much real estate himself anymore. He still works with buyers and basically referrals, but he really does the estate sale stuff full time. So he kind of does fill in stuff for me when I need it. Awesome. So it sounds like we've got some cool listings coming up. And if anybody has anything that they want to share about questions, concerns, anything, this is definitely the time. I'm happy to talk to you guys about kind of the most frequently asked questions. If there's not questions from you guys.
Just wanted to say thank you. I gotta go, but thank you. I really appreciate you. All these meetings
course.
and coaching that you do, you are really highly appreciated. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Cole. So one of the things that I really wanted to chat with you guys about was a frequently asked question. I've gotten a lot of questions about the 22 AD and the 22 additional down payment. That gives you a better chance of winning the offer, and a lot of people didn't understand why. So I wanted to kind of explain that quickly. So with the 22 AD, which is additional money towards down payment, if your appraisal comes in lower than sales price. So the only time this comes into effect is if your appraisal comes in below sales price. So let's say you're offering $1 million on a property, because it's just an easy number. So your appraisal comes in at 800,000. What usually would happen is you would renegotiate with the sellers to move down closer to the appraised value, or the sellers will say, we'll go down to 900,000, but you have to come up to 900,000. And then you would have to bring in an additional $100,000 towards a down payment, because your financing is not going to go for more than 100%. So that is what the additional down payment is. It's saying you'll go up to X amount to cover a low appraisal. Now, let's say you're in a very competitive market. Let's say the $800,000 range in Kirkland. You're going to be getting multiple offers. So given that, if you say, hey, I know you've got a cash offer, but we're willing to come in with a 40% down offer, and we're not going to make it basically subject to appraisal because we're willing to put $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 additional down to cover a low appraisal. That is going to make your offer stronger. Now, it still may not beat out a cash offer, but against another financed offer where, yes, they offer a higher price, but they're not willing to put any additional down towards appraisal, as a listing broker, you're going to say, hey, I don't know if this is going to appraise for $150,000 over list price. What if we went with this offer because they're willing to put this much down extra towards appraisal? So that's basically what that addendum is for. I've also had a lot of questions about an escalation addendum. Now, when sellers come back and they say, I want highest and best by this date, your escalation on a highest and best situation may or may not go into play. That's just something that you guys have to remember. The escalation, if the other offer is above your escalation price, it's not going to go into play. Because I've had a lot of people say, oh, well, we made an offer of 600,000, but they didn't. They made an offer of 550 going up to 600 with an escalation. Well, the winning offer was at 615 or 600, but it was all cash. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons why things aren't selected, why they went with another offer. So you really want to be putting your best foot forward on every offer. And I'm curious if you guys would like me to do another series on writing your highest and best offer. Is there anyone that wants me to go over that again? Yes. Okay. So I will get that put in the schedule, and we'll do that as training. It will either be next week or I'll tape it and send it out. That's something that I've been doing more of, is taping videos and then sending out videos. I know Malik and Angie got one that we did earlier this week when we were calling potential cold calling people. And so they got a live video of Tyler and I doing that. So if you guys are ever interested in some of the extra videos that we have, they will be uploaded onto YouTube or different spots. So we're happy to always share that information. If you go into Brokerment and you go to, I believe it's Nexus University, but it has our YouTube channel that has all the videos. So it has our weekly meetings, it has training, all of that is there for you guys to have access to it. Now, sometimes when we have like KV Core that's recording the video, the sessions for us, they have to send us the link in order for us to be able to get that information out there. So we're waiting sometimes to get copies of the links so that we can share it with you guys. Also, it does take some time when it's a lengthy video to upload. So it's not something that's instant, but we always try and get it done within the next couple of days, depending on kind of the flow of work through the office. So if you guys have questions, concerns, always, reach out to me with any comments, questions, or concerns. I really do love answering questions during this sales meeting so that we can get the same information given to everyone, because a lot of times I'll have the same conversation with 4 different people during the week, but then when it comes time for the sales meeting, I don't have that question asked and I don't revisit that information. So a lot of people get left in the dark, or they don't hear that information disseminated. And I just want to make sure that we're getting as much information out to you guys as possible. And I know some people did not make it to the accelerator and didn't watch the videos. So again, if that is something that you guys are interested in, let us know. We do have those videos. Okay. So does anybody else have anything, questions, concerns? This is definitely an opportunity to get that answered and to share that information in case anybody else is having the same question. Nope. All right. Well, in that case, thank you everybody for taking time out of your Wednesday to learn a little bit more and to get some information about the current market. I have been updating the Facebook page as different changes develop, but I really do like to have this time to interact with you guys on Wednesdays. Super excited for someday to have everyone in person to do either some type of holiday party or just party at this point, since we're kind of past the holidays. But would love to get a chance to actually meet some of you guys. I know I've been here since June, but I haven't gotten to meet a lot of you personally. So thank you again for taking time out of your Wednesday, and I hope that everybody has a great week. We get lots of mutuals. Sell all the listings that are active right now and list another 20. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.